This is 19-year-old Hollis Daniels. He just got arrested and has somehow managed to sneak a gun into jail.
What?
Have you watched the case of Gabriel Hernandez? React to virus release video.
All hell breaks loose.
He could kill his ass.
React to virus release video.
The moment this happens, the entire police station goes into lockdown as officers scramble to make sense of the situation.
He killed him?
They have no idea who did this.
What?
And how something like this can even happen. Hollis, on the other hand, was by this time long gone, and thought he was going to get away with it. But little did he know his heinous crime was being recorded every step of the way by hidden cameras. Now the chase was on to catch this cold-blooded teen.
What the f? Yo! Ain't gonna lie, he killed the cop, fam.
This is wicked.
That's hot. I ain't gonna lie, chick, bro.
You know, it's funny. My mom called me and said, "Reed, are you okay? There's been a shooting, and it says here." And immediately then I knew I wanted to go through the rest of my life.
At around 1 a.m. on the 8th of October, Hollis Daniels got into an argument with his friends. Allegedly, Hollis had stolen his friend Leo's gun, and at one point even threatened him with it. As Hollis left the house that evening, Leo called the police, telling them exactly what happened, and Hollis was pulled over at around 1:30 a.m.
Damn,
Now,
boy.
the traffic stop you're about to see ended even slightly differently. Officer Floyd East Jr. might still be alive to this day.
What's going on, dude? No, it's fine.
They killed the cop in there. Whoa, that's crazy.
We got a call that you causing a disturbance. Disturbance? Yeah, over at your friend's house. What's your friend's name? Leo? Okay, why is Leo calling us telling us you're messing with him?
I have no idea, sir. I guess he didn't. I don't know. I'm not sure, sir.
Okay. You have any guns or any weapons to do? Any drugs or anything like that? Step out here and talk to me, man, okay? Yeah, it is necessary, okay? Just come sit over here for me, okay?
What the
After
fuck?
stepping out, Hollis tells the officers that he did get into an argument with his friends, even getting thrown onto the floor at one point. However, he's adamant that he didn't steal anything from them, especially not a gun. The cops, though, aren't so sure, and want to search his vehicle to prove him wrong.
You're doing something with like a gun on your person?
No, that bad, you don't get that.
Can we search your vehicle? Yes, sir. Actually, before you don't want to search your vehicle?
Yeah, but not because I don't have a gun. I just don't. It's not necessary.
No, it is necessary because right now you're involved in an investigation. So I'm asking if you have a gun in your vehicle.
No.
I can't put your vehicle for a gun.
Yes, sir.
Okay, then hang on to your building and see what's going on that side of the
What the fuck? Yeah, I don't know where Dolo's at. Yo, this man snuck a gun into there,
Hollis
bro.
didn't give consent to search. The officers never ended up looking inside his vehicle. It could have been argued they had probable cause, but in this situation, the officers must have thought it was a gray area and let it slide. Sources say that it's very likely Hollis did indeed have the gun with him in the car, and that a search would have likely recovered the weapon and saved Officer Floyd's life.
Oh,
But
shit.
instead, Hollis was given a friendly send-off and allowed to return back home.
Okay, you said it's I said that. I said that.
Yeah, switch over to the officer. You carry on, you're not gonna say, you don't say, but.
Buddy. He called him
The
Buddy.
next evening, a call came in from a student saying that they heard a gunshot and saw another student holding a gun. The cops, of course, took this extremely seriously, as they were worried that he might harm himself or others on the campus. So at 5:59 p.m., Officer Floyd East Jr. conducted a welfare check with his partner.
That's that police department, we're keying in.
Inside, Hollis was nowhere to be seen, but the officers did manage to wake up his roommate, whom they were able to question about Hollis's whereabouts.
Hey, what's up, man? What's your name? Andy.
Andy. Andy. His name's Andy.
That's okay. What do you know about your partner that doesn't know here?
Hollis Daniels?
Hollis? I don't know a whole lot about him. Really. I don't know, I haven't really hung out with these guys a whole lot.
Despite Despite the lack of information, though, it wouldn't take long for the cops to find something extremely unnerving that confirms their suspicions.
There's a gun right here. A revolver. Seems to.
Unfortunately for the cops, this isn't the weapon that they're looking for. It's actually just a CO2 gun, and the cops eventually end up coming dry on any real firearms or evidence that one.
How'd he kill somebody and he still snuck a gun in there,
They
though?
don't stop on their search, and they instead happen on something that worries them even more.
Probably is some drugs and paraphernalia in there, but we can't tell from plain view, so we'll just go ahead and seize all that. And I don't know what those pills are, but there's another in there. And when I was looking inside this box, it looks like there's a little bag with some marijuana, maybe.
The cops found small amounts of marijuana and a larger quantity of X concealed in a bottle that was supposed to be for antibiotics. According to his friends, Hollis had recently developed an addiction for X and was illegally obtaining it alongside smoking weed to supposedly treat his anxiety. If that was indeed the case, imagine how nervous he must have felt when he returned home at 6:29 p.m. to see 4 police officers searching his dorm.
Hang on, what's your name, bud?
What's your name? Andreas. No, it's not. What?
We've already talked to your other 3 roommates. We know what they look like.
Yeah.
Oh,
That was a
shit.
good try, though. Hey, just stand up for me real quick. Do you have any weapons or anything on you? Interlace your fingers on top of your head.
This is the first of 2 searches that will be conducted on Hollis, marking the most pivotal points in this case. From this point onwards, he's never let out of the officer's sight, and he never retrieves a gun from anywhere. It would later come to light that at this very moment, he had a loaded .45 caliber pistol concealed in his waistband.
Damn.
The search should confirm that, but watch what happens when they start to pat him down.
Spread your feet out real quick. What's all in this pocket?
Who's that door?
Money? Yeah, I can take it out.
Is that the door?
Is it okay to just empty out all your pockets while we're doing this? Don't move your hands. I'm asking you a question.
No, I don't.
Okay.
Somehow,
Who's that?
the officers don't find the gun that'll be used to shoot.
Weird.
Huh?
I think that's Leslie.
Oh, that's Leslie.
Oh.
Yeah,
They leave the shoes at. They leave your shoes at the door.
Yeah, I know. Y'all looking like I never seen 2 black ass niggas outside.
Nah, we just ain't know. Nobody ain't say nothing.
Bro, I called Wonder, bro. Wonder.
know.
I texted Wonder, matter of fact.
Yo,
Wonder never texted me back.
we not just supposed to like unexpectedly, fam. That's why.
One of these officers in just 1 hour from now.
We about to hit the road. Yeah, we about to go to Orlando.
Orlando right now?
Yeah.
Seems extremely nervous while
20
being
v 1.
searched, tentatively asking to avoid searching in certain places.
So what's going on with all the stuff in your room?
I smoked.
Where Les?
And I have a few people's business.
She go ballet. What it do?
Team killer doesn't realize he's being
Bro, he killed the cop in the interview room. They,
killed a cop.
he took the gun out and killed him and shot him in the head.
He did it already?
It's for one person.
It's coming up. This is when they caught her and then he still had a gun on him.
While he's relaxed, they ask him a couple questions about the
Driving.
weapons before they throw him in cuffs.
I do have a pellet gun, but it's not loaded.
Yeah, we saw that too.
Okay.
That's what they
What do you
do.
use the CO2 gun for?
We used to say having loaded down here. Back home we used to.
But he just killed somebody, ain't it?
So I thought we got a phone, but then I realized I got here because I'm exposed here. You know what I'm saying? Then we also had a report on the gunshot. There was no gunshot. In here? That's what we're holding. By who?
Somebody that heard it.
So yeah. Oh no, yeah, I didn't know. Yeah, I wasn't even here last night. What time did the shot go off? Because if you look up the police reports from Officer, what's his name? It was Duckworth, Officer Duckworth. We went through this whole thing.
Did he write you a ticket or
He
anything?
didn't have me take let me go because the whole situation was, they thought that I stole their gun. And so, then they went to search my car. You can look at, you can look at his, what time he pulled me over. And I bet that whatever time the gunshot was reported won't actually, because that was it.
When the cops checked the reports, it turned out he was telling the truth, and the body cam from last night's traffic stop backs this story up. At this point, the cops could start to connect the dots. A kid accused of stealing a gun is now being accused of shooting it at university. It could definitely be assumed that something's gone overlooked. Either way, Hollis has been found in possession of multiple illegal drugs, so the cops finally decide to arrest him.
What's the bond and stuff in there?
I don't know. We'll have to. It all depends on the weight and how much of the pills there are to kind of determine the.
The cops then start a second pat-down, one that Hollis remembers vividly. He says he felt the officer check just millimeters away from the weapon, but somehow never finding it. Hollis was then escorted from his dorm into a squad car, where Officer Floyd tragically missed another opportunity to stop what happened to him in just 4 minutes.
Wait, what?
As Hollis sits down in the patrol car, Officer
Oh my
Floyd
God, he has
hears
it
a
on in the
strange
car.
noise.
Oh! Oh my God!
That noise wasn't his handcuffs at all. It was actually the sound of his gun falling down the leg of his pants and hitting the floor. As well as lying through his teeth, he was even able to reach down and fully conceal the gun back in his pants before finishing his journey to the Texas Tech PD.
What the
When
fuck?
they arrived,
How the
Cops
fuck?
are not doing their job at all, Wolf. What the
Yo,
hell?
this was crazy, Wolf.
He has
He dropped the gun,
He
Wolf.
handcuffs behind his back. How the fuck is he grabbing
He
the
said, what was
gun?
that big thump?
30-minute
He didn't stop the car to check nothing.
Yes.
Oh yeah, for sure.
12
Yeah,
minutes
we
past
good.
7, one of the officers says that if Hollis continues to cooperate, they'll remove his handcuffs.
Cooperate with me. We'll discuss off a little bit, okay?
And 2 minutes later, at 14 minutes past, the officers make good on their promise and take his handcuffs off.
Shit.
90 seconds later, Hollis and Officer Floyd enter a room to run through some paperwork and are left alone. There is no footage of another search taking place before or after they enter this room together.
I was in handcuffs the whole time.
Look.
Hollis
Look.
asks Officer Floyd
Oh my God.
questions.
Your family home? Your kids.
And he's asking bro about his family.
It's unclear why he chose to ask these questions. There was no incentive, and all it did was make him look like a complete and total psychopath.
Yeah.
Like he wanted him to know the damage that he was about to cause and the lives that he was about to ruin. 4 seconds pass before he reaches into his sock and takes a deep breath. A sharp through the station.
Fuck, Wolf.
What? He
Damn.
really did that shit, fam.
Alerting officers nearby. By the time they arrived, Floyd was already dead, and Hollis was nowhere to be seen. Assuming Floyd's body cam to be the only camera in the room, he grabbed it and fled, with no idea that the entire incident had been recorded on this hidden surveillance camera. Despite the suspect being gone, cops knew there could only be one suspect, and they immediately placed the campus on lockdown and began a 2-hour-long manhunt for an armed teen killer.
658. The PD
Yeah.
is not secure.
Why would he kill the cop? He's so stupid.
We don't know where the suspect went. He's about a 19-year-old white male, skinny, blue jeans, believe a light colored t-shirt.
He got out of the fucking.
Blowing his jeans from the knees down.
This is not a real jail. They said
Yeah,
it's a
and he's
campus.
got
But it's like,
long hair.
come on, Wolf.
Can you relay
What type of crazy ass shit?
Yeah.
so we can get all the
He got out the building, man.
What's his last name? Daniels. Daniel's last name.
I want to see if they caught him.
After securing the area, detailing a full and proper description of Hollis, and searching the campus for a total of 90 minutes, Hollis was eventually found and apprehended without further injury.
An hour
He
and
was
30
finally
minutes?
caught. He said cold-bloodedly that he was, quote, the one that shot their friend. He was found carrying Floyd's body cam and a loaded .45 caliber pistol. At every turn, Hollis got as lucky as he possibly could have, while Floyd got the opposite. After being caught,
Damn.
Hollis also told the officers that he'd done something f***ed up and illogical, implying that he had some remorse for what happened. However, a phone call to his family recorded at 11:14 that night showed that the only thing he regretted was being caught.
Being on the phone with a criminal defense attorney, I would really advise you not to say anything.
Yeah, I'll be cool. I haven't been saying anything.
And they give him a phone?
But it's pretty solid proof against me and it's the problem.
I know that. And I know that you think that doesn't matter, but I'm telling you, no.
You know me, Carrie, you know me, I'm not gonna say I supported someone who assaulted me yesterday. I said, no, he didn't assault me. You know me, I'm not gonna say anything that would jeopardize that.
But he's weird, bro.
Yeah, it's my dumb fault that I shouldn't have done this anyway. I'm stupid.
Hollis's demeanor in this call is frankly terrifying. It's almost as if he's talking to his family about the drug charge and not the first-degree murder charge. And the biggest issue on his mind seems to be being kicked out of school.
This may be a little more extreme. I think that they're probably going to kick me out of Texas Tech High School.
High school?
Texas Tech High School?
Huh?
Texas Tech High? I thought that was Texas Tech College.
After this call, he was
High
taken
school?
by police to an interrogation room, where it seems the reality of the situation finally hits him.
Well, you guys know the whole story. What do you think is the most likely possible outcome?
He's so crazy.
I don't know the whole story. Hold on. I'm just. I know. It's.
The drugs are wearing off.
Situation. I got it. Okay. You know, it's funny. My mom called me and said, "Are you okay? There's been a shooting, and they say it's you." And immediately then I knew, I was going to go through the rest of my life talking about college. You know what? We gotta figure this out first, okay? Sure.
Rightly,
What the
Hollis
fuck?
isn't
Why they
even
still
trying
being
to
so
defend
nice to him?
himself. He knows he's done something horrifying and is going to pay the price for it. But the detectives are still plagued with the question of why on earth he did what he did. So they ask him to recount the moment where he took Floyd's life.
So I got back to my dorm. There was already police officers in there. They busted me for and marijuana, and they took me back to the station. And
This guy's stupid, bro.
And I just in my head I thought, I can't have this third strike against me. This is gonna be it. You know what I mean? Not thinking logically, and so I did something very illogical. And regret it deeply, and I don't know ever how I'll ever make up for it. Okay? Does that kind of cover what you're asking?
Hollis seems to
He's
be
fucking
seeking
retarded.
approval from the detectives. It genuinely does seem as though he feels guilty for what he did, as he's putting himself down and asking the detective if what he said is enough.
I was taken back to the police station, and something just clicked in my head, and I said, I can't do this. I can't go back like this. But then I made a worse decision to go back and do something that I thought I could. I'm just ready to go to jail. Call my parents. I really would like to call my parents because they were sick about me because it's all over the news.
He's stuttering, repeating himself, and all he wants to do is call his parents.
Damn.
Hollis is starting to shut down, overwhelmed with shame, regret, and guilt. The longer this conversation goes on
Damn, he's
for, the
tripping.
more you have to wonder what compelled him to take that officer's life in the way that he did. And you've got to imagine his parents are thinking the very same thing.
And the cop kept looking like the cop knew.
Hey Dad, it's me, Reed.
Reed, honey, are you okay?
I'm okay, I'm very safe. I'm with some very nice people right now. And I'm in trouble and I messed up badly.
Oh, Reed, honey, I love you so much. I don't even, you will be there tonight around 11. I'm shaking all over. I can't drive that. I can't drive that. I want to come see you. I want to come see you.
Yeah.
What happened? I mean, why would you do something like that? You don't know?
I I do.
How's
know
your
that,
dad so
and it
calm?
doesn't make sense, and I'm sorry I brought this disrespect to my family. I'm sorry I brought this disrespect to my family again.
God, I'm so sorry. I
No,
don't know.
don't be sorry. It's not you. It's my fault. You did nothing wrong. I did. It's me. And I think they're gonna put me away for a little while.
Little.
And, there's nothing
Little
I can do
while.
about it.
I'll help you when I get there. I love you. Okay.
Yes, sir. I love you, Dad. 25 lives. Plus more because there's other stuff. I mean, look.
25
That would be the responsible thing to do. Is to give me jail time and then maybe I can go for parole. But that's just going to change. It's not your fault. It's just going to change how I have to go about what I'm going to do.
All of that is up to the district attorney's office. Okay?
And of course, the district attorney office is going to give us 25 alive.
He knows.
So yeah.
Okay. Do you have anything else you want to say?
I guess not.
But Hollis's motive for
Damn.
all this, though, would be the biggest mystery of all.
I would not even go
Some
see
say
him.
He was influenced by his addiction. Some say that he had undiagnosed mental problems, or a combination of the two. At the end of the day, it's all speculation. And we can only turn to what he said in court. It doesn't make sense. I thought I was stuck. I thought it was all over. I thought this was an opportunity to go out, to commit suicide. There was no rational line of thought that I had. He also told the court that he wanted to go out with a bang, and that he asked Floyd about his family because he wanted them to be the last thing that he thought about. It seems as though Hollis panicked. He was scared about the consequences of the drug
Damn,
charges.
he's stupid,
and
bro.
was influenced
Nobody
by
could
drugs,
save him.
mental issues, or something else to take the absolute worst route possible. After dodging 3 separate searches and almost being
Nobody in the
caught
world could
multiple
save him.
times, he might have even thought that this was meant to be. He turned a simple possession of narcotics charge into a first-degree murder charge.
That is
And
Texas.
now
That's
he's
Texas
facing
on, like,
the
college.
death sentence.
Damn.
When asked why the jury
What?
should spare him, he said, "I think it's totally fair to say life for life, but then on the other hand, I think about my family. And the truth is, I'm biased in my own favor. I don't want to die. Not anymore." After deliberating for 3 days, a jury eventually concluded that Hollis should serve life in prison without the possibility of parole.
What the fuck?